Hi guys, Miss Supernova here for another Top 10 Tuesdays video. This week I was thinking we were going to do Top 10 favorite shows. I'm probably going to pre-record more videos for this, but we will just get right in. Okay, number 1, Supernatural. I have talked about this more than once in my other videos. I mean, obviously I made a whole video about my charity stuff for Always Keep Fighting, which is because of the characters from Supernatural, well, the actors. But yeah, I mean, I own literally all 11 seasons. I'm a pretty big fan. Like, I've only been watching it for probably a little less than 2 years now, but it's my favorite show. Like, I watch it literally every single week. It's on, and like, I'm 100% like willing to binge watch all of the seasons back. It's such a good show. And Jared Padalecki is one of my favorite actors, so obviously, not that I don't love Jensen Ackles or, Misha Collins or Mark A. Shepard, but yeah, it's my favorite show. Number 2, Three's Company. This is a pretty old show, but as I talked about in my actors video, I talked about John Ritter, who is one of my favorite actors, and he's the main character, one of the main characters in Three's Company, and I own all of the seasons. I just ended up re-binge watching through it like a month ago. It's old. I mean, it's from the 70s to the, mid 80s, but it's such a good show. Like, it's so funny, and I just, every time I watch it, I laugh. If you want to watch a really good episode to kind of like help you get into it, Up in the Air. I think it's in season 6. I think that it's like the second to last episode in that season, but it is so funny. And like, one of the scenes in it, John Ritter does like one take of this scene, and it's so funny. Like, such a good show. I really hope that you check it out. Even though it's old, it's so funny. So yeah, Three's Company. Number 3, RuPaul's Drag Race. I own all of the seasons of this except season 1, but it's exactly how it sounds. It's a show about people that do drag, and if you don't know what drag is, it's basically men who dress up and impersonate women. The show is just like, it's different from something I would normally watch. I don't like watching reality TV, and I don't like watching competitions and stuff, but it's so good, and every time I like rewatch stuff. Season 6 is my favorite. Bianca Del Rio is the season 6 winner. Oh my god, I love her so much. She's so mean and bitchy that I just love her. So yeah, if you're like kind of into like fashion and the makeup world and stuff, and you just kind of like want a really good reality show where there's shade and there's like gossip and stuff, watch RuPaul's Drag Race. It's so good. Number 4, Hannibal. I have all of the seasons of this. There's only 3 seasons, but I really, like, I found this show kind of by accident. Like, I love the Hannibal movies and stuff, and like I've read a couple of the books, but I remember like about 2 years ago, my mom was sitting and watching an episode, and I was like, what are you watching? And it was in like the middle of season 2, and like so many things were spoiled because of that, but it's one of those really like dark shows that's, about Hannibal Lecter, who kills and eats people. The acting in it is just, it's such a good show. I mean, season 3, which is probably why it got canceled, sucks. I mean, it's not like super bad, but it's just so different from the first 2 seasons that were so good. And then it's just like, it fell apart. But the guy who plays Hannibal, Mads Mikkelsen, he is Caecilius in Doctor Strange, which is another influence to why I wouldn't watch the movie. But yeah, if you want to like check out a really dark show, I recommend Hannibal 100%. Number 5, Sherlock. Obviously Benedict Cumberbatch. I actually never really thought about getting into the show. One of my really good friends was like talking about Benedict Cumberbatch, and I was like, I don't know who this is, and then I kind of just like went on Netflix one day and I watched all of the episodes. I mean, there's not many episodes. It's a frustrating show. I cried a lot. It's really hard to explain, but if you're like really into like Sherlock Holmes and everything, I think everyone should watch this. It's so much better than the one that Robert Downey Jr. does. I'm just throwing that out there. It's really good though. Go check Sherlock out. I think it's still on Netflix. I have all the seasons of that too. Doctor Who is number 6. Everyone who knows me knows I'm like obsessed with Doctor Who. I have so much Doctor Who merch, it's not even funny. I literally have like cosplay dresses and stuff like hanging up. I have so many things relevant to it. My favorite Doctor is the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith. A lot of people have controversy over that, just because like a lot of people don't like Matt Smith, but I don't care. I have seen the older Doctors and stuff, and I love them all. I haven't caught up with Peter Capaldi's Doctor, just because like screw Americans, I guess. We don't get to watch it on Netflix, and I don't have BBC America. But if you're like really into sci-fi and stuff, and you just really want some good old-fashioned like time travel and stuff, watch it. It's so good. Like, I would never just recommend a show if I didn't think it was good. But yeah, go give it a watch. Number 7, American Horror Story. This is something that I only like just got into maybe like 2 months ago. It's a show I've always wanted to watch, but I've just never done it for some reason. I watched 5 seasons in like, I think 4 days. It was a really good thing, and it's like all of the seasons are different. So like if you want something that you don't have to like really follow, like if you go for like a year without watching an episode and like a new season starts, don't even worry. You're not going to miss anything because it's always a new topic in each season. A lot of people are like, you know, the newer seasons suck. I haven't watched season 6, which is Roanoke, yet. I'm really excited to watch it though, but I've heard mixed things. My favorite season is Freak Show. A lot of people are like, oh, Freak Show, you know, it's like whatever, but it tugged at my heart the most, and I think that it was just like such a good season. I don't know why people don't like it, but yeah, if you want something kind of dark and like different, American Horror Story. Number 8, Orange is the New Black. I have watched all the seasons. I cried the new season. I binge watched it in literally a day. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Orange is the New Black is so good. Like, I'm not really into a lot of things like that, and it is a bit more inappropriate than something I would watch, but I just, like, I couldn't help myself. I wanted to give it a try, and I binge watched, like, all the seasons pretty quickly. So if you want something like, it's about prison, a women's prison, give it a try. It's a bit inappropriate, but, you know, I pushed through it, and I watched it, and I loved it. So, go and give it a try. I'm going to change my list up a little bit. Originally, number 9 was going to be The Dick Van Dyke Show, but it's kind of self-explanatory why that's on my top 10, but I'm going to change it for Bates Motel. This is something that I just watched maybe 2 weeks ago. I binge watched all the seasons. I haven't seen the new season. It doesn't come out till February on Netflix, but I've been wanting to watch it. I've just never gotten around to it, and it's about Norman Bates, like before Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. It's so relatable to my life, which kind of like hit me really hard. Like the first few episodes, I was like, am I Norman Bates? Like, I was kind of freaked out. Obviously, I don't kill people. Like, I don't have blackouts. Don't worry, I'm not a killer. But it was so good. Like, watching it, I was just like, I understood the emotions and everything. I didn't understand like 100% what he was going through, but it's just like, that show really hit home. And it was good. Like, it was kind of funny. A little bit weird at times, but if you want a really good show to watch, it's on Netflix. Go watch Bates Motel. Number 10 is kind of cliche, I guess, but Stranger Things. I watched this probably at the end of August or the beginning of September. There's only 1 season so far, but like everyone talks about it, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to follow the crowd. I want to watch this because I want to, not because people talk about it, but I couldn't resist, and I got sucked in. It is so good, and there's something very like 80s-esque about it, and everyone who knows me knows I'm obsessed with the 80s. It's my favorite time period and everything, but you know, it's basically kids, you know, and it's weird to have a show that's about children doing like more adult things. It's really good though. Like, I'm sure that everyone has talked about it at some point. Like, you all probably have a friend out there who's like, watch Stranger Things, and I'm gonna be one of those friends. Go watch it. It is so good. And even though there's 1 season, if you don't like it, I mean, that's your thing, but in my opinion, it made a top 10 list. So, yeah, those are my top 10 favorite shows. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, help me out, and if you like my content, don't forget to, hit that subscribe button. I make these videos every week, every Tuesday. I really like these videos. I like making top 10 videos. It's a little bit different because things aren't necessarily in a specific order, so like when I say something, it doesn't mean like that a number 10 thing is not worthy of being higher up. It's just I made this out of what came to mind quickest. But I own most of these on DVD. I'm very happy with that. I love TV shows. But if you want to like recommend something for me to like binge watch, hit me up. Like, leave a comment, Also, go buy a copy of my book. If you're looking for like a cool Christmas present or something, go buy a copy of Regen. I'll leave the links in the description. So yeah. I think next week I'm gonna make like a top 10 favorite movies, kind of just to like follow up. But yeah, if you guys have ideas for like videos and stuff, or like a top 10, countdown you want to see, hit me up. I really like when people give me feedback. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite shows for Top 10 Tuesdays. I love you guys.